Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. My name is Manas. In this video, we are going to learn everything about JSON from scratch, what it is, why it exists, how it works in real applications, and even some interview questions. If you are a beginner, this video will clear all your doubts about JSON. So let's start the video. Before I explain what JSON actually is, let's first see how a JSON looks. For now, you can think of it as a structure made up of key value pairs. Now let's understand what JSON actually is and why we use it. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So JSON is basically a lightweight text-based format used to store and transfer data between systems. For example, client and server. It is not a programming language, it is simply a structured, text-based way to represent data. JSON is widely used because it is easy to read for humans and easy to process for machines. So it is mainly used to transfer data between frontend and backend. So why we need JSON or what problems JSON solves? Different systems need a common format to exchange data, and as JSON is lightweight, human readable and language independent, JSON solves multiple challenges in web development like reduces data payload size, speed up data transfer, it simplifies parsing and processing data, it makes the data readable and debuggable. This is why JSON became the default format for APIs and web communication. Let's imagine frontend written in JavaScript, backend written in Java, Python or Node, database is written in SQL. All of them need a common language to talk to each other. That common format is JSON. Earlier, most web applications were using XML heavily to exchange data. XML worked, but it was verbose, hard to read and slow to parse. That's why JSON was introduced as a simpler, faster alternative. It is designed to work naturally with JavaScript and modern web applications. Nowadays, JSON is used across the entire software stack, like configuration and environment files, logging and error tracking, NoSQL and document databases. So if data is moving between systems, JSON is usually involved in most of the cases. Here JSON looks like JavaScript object, but it's not. It is just data, not logic. In simple terms, JSON is a collection of key value pairs. Here keys are always string and values are strings, numbers, booleans, objects or arrays. JSON has some syntax rules. So to be valid, JSON must follow strict rules like keys and strings values use double quotes only, single quotes not allowed, items are separated by commas, no trailing commas allowed. Here values can be string, number, boolean, arrays, object and null. Here functions are not allowed as values, undefined values are also not allowed, and comments are also not allowed in JSON. This keeps JSON simple and portable across languages. If you can see here the difference between JSON and JavaScript object, these are self-explanatory. Quotes are mandatory in JSON and optional in JS object. Functions and comments are not allowed in JSON but allowed in JS object. And finally, JSON is used for data transfer and JS object used in programming. So JSON is a string-based data format while JavaScript objects are in-memory data structures. Okay, let's learn another concept. What is serialization and deserialization means? Serialization converts application object into JSON strings for transmission, and deserialization converts JSON strings back into usable objects. Most programming languages provide built-in tools and methods for this, making JSON easy to integrate everywhere. Let's understand with code example. We will understand using JavaScript. Here we can use the JSON.stringify method that converts a JavaScript object into a JSON string. So you can see here we have one user object and we are converting that to a JSON by using JSON.stringify. So if we see the result, if you see here, we have one JSON. Here you can see all the keys are also enclosed in double quotes. So it is mainly used when sending data to server, storing data in local storage and transferring data over the network. So as here result is a JSON, here we can also use JSON.parse to convert that JSON string into a JavaScript object so that we can access and manipulate the data. So you can see here I am using JSON.parse and passing that result, which is a JSON, into the parse method, and I am getting that obj variable. So after console this object, you can see we are getting one object. So one of the most important questions arise here is what happens if we don't use JSON.parse. Let's see. Let's see here. You may be expecting result.name. Here I will get Manas, but see here I am getting undefined. Here we are getting undefined because the reason is this result is a JSON, which is a string, not an object. Okay. So in modern APIs, JSON acts as a common language. Like client sends data as JSON to the server, then this server validates and process it. Now data is stored and updated in the database. Then again server responds the JSON back into client. Then again client parse it and display the response that you can see in web pages. So this is how JSON is used in real API communications. The next thing we have to understand is why JSON became the standard format. It is because it is simple to learn, it is lightweight, it is language independent, it is browser friendly, and it is scalable from smaller apps to enterprise systems. It fits naturally into modern software architectures. Okay, so that's all for this video. If you understand JSON properly, you can answer most front-end interview questions easily. That includes JSON. If this video helped you understand JSON properly, please make sure to like and subscribe. In the next video, we will discuss yet another important topic. So stay tuned for this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.